Starting early, ending early, or how do you prefer?
Starting early and ending early.
What, Janavi?
I like starting early and ending early.
Yeah, same with me. I don't want extra holidays and then suffer later for ending the school. It's better to start
Because
early.
I like starting early because if you start early, then you get like perfect time right when summer starts. Instead of
Yeah, so
middle.
true. So true.
Genevieve, when did your school start?
Like August 16th, I think.
We
Yeah,
started
same
on
thing around
August.
August 14, 15, 16,
Yeah.
around that time.
14 to 16. So
India's Independence Day and for us here school opening will be around same time.
yeah, it's like 2 days or 1 day away.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's so true. Yes, nice.
No, usually Detroit gets long. Their school opens in September. I don't know why. Maybe because their summer is short.
Mm.
Yeah,
So they
even in Newark, all that area also, Mataji, they get their school starts September.
No, I counted last time. They're like having almost 3 months holidays. I asked why. They said because it's close to Canada. It's very, very cold, right? The summer
Oh,
is like little short for them. More visitors, so they just give break.
mm.
That's what they said. I don't know. For us, they open in August, but it's extremely hot still.
Yeah.
Even now it is hot. Like now, like almost for 1 week, we are having very bad weather. Yes,
Very hot. Oh
too
my
much
God.
bad.
I went to
No,
school. No,
not
it's
hot. We had we had almost like tornadoes like that. It was very
no,
bad
for
weather.
us today it is little gloomy, but still very humid, very hot. If we go outside, it's very
Yeah,
hot.
it's very, very bad. Yesterday, actually, I don't know. Kids coming home back to the school from school was very hard because very bad weather, very bad weather. All the
Oh,
roads
is
were
it?
covered with the water.
You, you
Yesterday
mean raining?
it was very cold.
Yeah, rainy, full rain, full rain.
Oh.
Not only yesterday, actually, whole of this week it was like that only. It's bad weather going on. Every other day you will get a tornado warning or a flood warning, something or other thing is going on here.
Everywhere weather is changing.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah.
Brenda, when will she come back?
Oh, today she will come back late, Mataji, because she's running for Olympics, right?
Yeah, that's what you said. School Olympics, right?
Yeah, school Olympics, little Olympics for
How,
elementary.
like how much miles they have to run?
Ayyo, I forgot. Haribol, Vrunda ఎంత run చేయాలి? 800 meters.
Okay.
We don't have that. We just have track, which is like you.
Yeah, track is there everywhere. Hmm.
Yeah. We don't have like Olympics or anything. And take this out.
Yeah,
It's
Olympics.
basically
Yeah.
half
800
mile.
meters.
It's half mile.
Hmm.
800 meters is half mile, less than a half mile.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But she have to run.
That's there is she's saying no, something called as track. Track is also like that. They have to run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
track also they have to run. Yeah.
They make middle schoolers run 2 miles, 3 miles, 1 mile.
Yeah,
Kids get
PE is all every day they do laps. They have
my
to do.
son, my Jagannath didn't get selected for track because they do testing for track. If he's eligible, he has asthma. He cannot run so much.
Mm.
So he's not in track. Middle school has separate thing called track, no?
Yeah. But so does our school has track and like so many people do. But they always have like something different, like a throwing contest or like a jumping contest, or like every year something different like added to it. Just not run like something that's not related to running. For ours, and so like every time, I might do like running a little bit, and then I'll just do the thing that's not related to running.
Okay, I think we were waiting for kids to join, but they're not. I think we will start.
We can start, Mataji, and I'm giving you host, okay?
Okay, towards the end, I will just do the end call, right?
End call, that's it. End for everyone, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have to say thank you. Why I'm not able to share my screen again? Share.
No, it is coming. We can see your screen. Is God partial?
But I don't see again. Let me. Now it stopped, right?
No, it stopped. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then we
Now
will
we can
start.
see.
Yeah, we'll start the prayers and then we will start. Okay. Bye. Let's start prayers. Janavi, Shubhadra Giridhari, why are you not showing your face?
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry. I thought the camera was on.
Okay, let's start the prayers. Okay.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमितन्तस्य
Tasya
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरन्मिलितं येन तस्मै
Tasmai
श्रीगुरुवे नमः नमायं विष्णुपादाय
Krishna
कृष्णपृष्ठाय
Prasthaya
भूतले
Bhutale
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्यत दशतारिणे जय श्री
Sri
कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे
Hare Krishna
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Okay. Okay. So I know till yesterday who took the class? Sanjana Gopika Mataji, right? Yeah, I think Sanjana Gopika Mataji. Okay. Yes, after the class yesterday, you were you all there?
No, Mataji, after the class, at 6 o'clock, I had to go to another class.
Okay, so now let's ask me questions, okay? So what do you say? Is God partial? What do you think after yesterday's class? Who is there? You can unmute. I think just 4 kids. No need to mute and keep. You can just answer. What do you think? Is God partial or not? Hmm? Shubhadra, Giridhari, Janavi.
No
What do you
Mataji.
No?
No Mataji.
What do you think, Janavi?
I don't think he is. I think
You think God is partial? Yesterday, I think you discussed that only, right? If God is partial or not. What is meant by partial?
Half, like part of something.
Partial is like you're biased, right? You're favorable to somebody and you're not favorable to somebody else, right?
yeah. But God
So
is not
suppose,
partial. He
yeah,
accepts everybody the same.
okay. Like what I'm saying is, many times it feels like God is partial to his devotees, right? But now we will see where God is not just partial to his devotees, but even to the demons. Then we'll see why, what makes him do that. Okay. So if you see, one time also, I think we discussed um, in our class or some classes that God is not partial, but if you're in your class, how many of you who like anybody of you are teacher's pet? Teacher's pets, like teacher's favorite kids. Teacher reciprocates it. Sometimes my son goes to the class, to his math class, and the teacher sometimes says, if you are reciprocating, if you are showing interest, I can teach you nicely. If you are not, then I cannot. So the teacher is also saying the same, right? Because if we show interest, he's telling he can teach. Similarly, if we are loving Krishna, obviously he will show a little more love to us, right? Sometimes I go to school. I have kids in the classroom. Some kids really yell at me. Oh, I don't want you. Leave me alone. Get away from my thing. But there are one or two kids who really like. They come and give hug to me. They will like to work with me. Then I will really, though I don't say anything to the other kids, it though I look equal to all the kids, but in my heart, I really like those two kids who are showing love to me, who are being nice to me, who are willing to work with me, right? So, similarly, Krishna also, everybody is equal, but if somebody is like so much liking him, he has to reciprocate, right? Like if you see, Krishna loves his devotees. What happened in that Tulabar? When Krishna is being weighed, on the other side, the queens of Dwaraka, they brought so many things, so much gold, so many things, but it was not being equal to him, right? Then um, what made the Tulabar make balance? Till then, Krishna was up, and whatever the queens are bringing is like low in the balance, right? Like this. But when did it get balanced? What happened? Somebody put something that made it balance. What?
The Tulsi leaf, Mataji?
Ah, Tulasi leaf by?
Because the
No,
Tulsi
Tulasi leaf
leaf.
by whom? Tulasi leaf by whom?
Uh,
Rukmini.
oh, yeah.
Because Rukmini is his devotee. And Krishna accepts what? Patram? Who knows the sloka?
Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta priyachati tadam bhaktu paritamashna pratatmana.
So Krishna is saying he will accept leaves, right? Uh, Patram means leaf. So because his devotee offered that Tulasi leaf, he was willing to, he was so happy. He was satisfied that the Tulabar became the balance, the weighing, it became equal on both the sides. So now to this question, uh, Tulasi leaf, I mean to say if God is partial, to more elaborate, there was a conversation between King Yudhishthir Maharaj and Narada Muni that was mentioned by Sukadev Goswami. Discussion between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Narada Muni. Okay, so we will see what that discussion is.
Mataji?
Uh,
In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 26, Patram pushpam phalam toyam, Lord Krishna states that if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, he will accept it.
yes. So now if you see, in Ayodhya, there was one lazy man. Okay, he's very lazy. How many of you are lazy? Just don't want to do household chores, feeling lazy. I know Janavi does. She takes care of her brother. So she's not lazy. She helps her mom. She cleans dishes. She does things. How many of I think I was lazy when I was a little kid, or I don't know. My mom never said to me, or I never did anything. My older son is little lazy. He doesn't want to do household things. So there was this lazy man, okay? And then his whole family is like, oh, you're not doing anything, just eating, sleeping. Why don't you go join some ashram? Why are you staying in the house? So he thought, okay, I will join an ashram. Let me go. Then, when he went, the head of the ashram, one ashram, he was looking at various ashrams, but one ashram, the head of the ashram, he was so huge. Okay. Then he thought, he's looking very huge. That means he will feed me nice prasadam. That's why he's so fat. And he thought, okay, I will join in this ashram so that I will also be fed very nicely. And then he joined the ashram. He asked how many times you will feed. They said 2 times. And then he said, no, 2 times I cannot eat. It's not sufficient. I want 3 times. Then that head of that ashram said, okay, whatever they're giving, you save it in a plate and you can eat. Okay. He said, and then you can eat. So yes, it's happily going. And after 15 days, a day came where they were not giving him prasadam. What do you think is that day?
Ekadashi Mataji, I watched the drama for this.
Yeah. So it was Ekadasi and they're not giving food. He's feeling so hungry. Then he asked why I'm not fed. They said it's Ekadasi, a fasting day. So he said, oh, I didn't know. Otherwise, I would have joined another ashram. But then they said, you go to any ashram, they will not feed you anything because of Ekadasi. Then he went and spoke to the head of the ashram, saying, I feel very hungry. I cannot eat. So can you please do something? Then that the head of that ashram will say, okay, you don't cook anything here. We'll provide you everything. You go, he'll say, like, you go there and then you can cook. So he will take wheat, dal, rice, and he will go and he will cook. But before that, this head will say, don't eat anything without offering. You offer and then you eat. Then he will say, okay.
I watched the drama to the story, except it was a little different.
Here and there, some differences, yes.
Yeah, he didn't. When I watched it, he didn't join an ashram. Guru Maharaj came up to him and told him that his Lord is very amazing and is has all the money, and then he was like, oh my God, he has all the money. That means he can serve all the food, and then he joined. And then-
Okay. So then he will cook. Then because the Guru said you have to offer and eat, he was offering. Then he was singing, okay? He sings one song like Raja Ram Aaye, something like that. Mere Bhojan ko. I forgot the song. Mataji sang very nicely, but I forgot. But then Lord will come. He will eat the prasadam. So he will bring, actually, I think he'll bring Lakshman. Then he will eat the prasadam. He'll think, oh, yo, I cooked prasadam, they ate, it's not sufficient for me. Then again, other Ekadasi, he will sing. He will cook. He will sing. This time, because last time Lakshman came, he will sing Raja Ram Aaye, Lakshman Saath Aaye. Like that, he will sing. He will offer. Then this time, he will come with Ram, Lakshman, Sita. Then he will think, Amma, now 3 people came. So food is getting over. So he will go next Ekadashi, he will go to the Guru and say, the prasadam is not being sufficient. So can you please give me more ingredients? I can cook more. Then he will cook, he will give. Then again, next time, I think in Ram Parivar's Hanuman also will come. So then he will go and ask, this time, can you please give even more ingredients? Then the Guru gets doubt. Why is he asking like so many times? Is he selling the ingredients somewhere and making money? Why is he needing so much? So he will think he will secretly come and follow. So that day, what he will do, he will start cooking, but then he will think, anyways, they all will come and eat. So he will nicely sit under a tree and he will sleep and he will be just singing the song. Then this time, really, Mother Sita came. She calls along with her, all the Vanaras come, everybody come, and they're all cooking. Now, Guru is observing from far with his disciples. He doesn't see anything, he just sees him sleeping. So he'll be thinking, what is he doing? He's just sleeping. So then, when he asks, he will say, Guruji, are you not seeing them being like food being cooked? They're cooking there. You did not see. Then this Guru will not understand. Then he will start telling that lazy man will say, can you please give your darshan? Otherwise, my Guru is going to think I am saying lies. So then all the Ram Parivar darshan will come. Then the Guru will be in tears. I am practicing since so many years, but I never had the darshan of the Lord. But you just had because you're simple. So basically, Krishna likes those who are simple. It doesn't like those who are complicated. That's what I was hearing in a lecture, and that Mataji was saying, you can do so many rounds, you can do so much preaching, you can do so many things, you can be in the limelight, everybody can praise you. But if you don't have simple heart, Krishna is not very happy. Maybe somebody who is with simple heart, innocent, they don't do much, but they have that heart, Krishna will be very pleased with them. So it's up to Krishna.
Mataji, the lazy man every Ekadashi was actually following the Ekadashi because he didn't have food to eat.
Yes, correct. Ram is coming and eating. Yes. So then that's the thing. So Krishna likes his devotees and then he does anything. Now we can see instead of Guru, he got the darshan because he sees that love and affection. Many times what happened, Krishna wants to show us love, but we don't want to accept. I heard somewhere one time it was very dark and I think accidentally something like a car or some accident happens and the person just rolls. Then he's like, oh, oh Bhagavan, please save me, maybe I will die. And then he's rolling, and then he catches a branch. Then he will be like, please save me, please save me. And then really God comes and he says, okay, I will save you. Just leave the branch, just leave the branch, leave it, leave it, leave it. But this person is not willing to leave the branch. He's just holding to it so tight and he's not leaving the branch. And whole night he was holding the branch like that. And God is saying, you call me for help and I'm helping you and you don't want to leave the branch. And he never left. And when it's morning and when there's a lot of light, then he realized something. What do you think he realized? Any
God was
guess?
telling the truth, like he was helping.
No. No. Any other guess? Shubhadra, Giridhari, Jahnavi,
Mataji,
any
what
other
was the
guess?
question you asked?
Maithili.
I think he realized that that was God and he made a big mistake that he didn't listen to Lord Krishna.
Hmm. Okay. But he realized something why God was saying him to leave the branch. He was worried that he might fall down. But when God was saying to leave the branch, he didn't want to leave. What do you think? Why? But then when it was morning, he realized something and understood why God asked him to leave the branch. No guess. It was light and it was everything was visible. And then when he looked down, he was just 1 meter close to the ground. If he left the branch, he would have just come down. 1 meter is nothing, he will not fall down. He would have happily gone back home. Whole night he's holding to the branch, he's tense, he's anxious. He became weak, he became tired. He was not willing to listen to God. That's the thing. God, if you're completely surrendered, then God will little bit show more love. But he still loves everybody. He loves this person, right? That's why he came and he said, leave the branch. But he was not willing to leave. That means he's not completely surrendered.
Mataji, he was doubting Krishna, like he was doubting God.
Yeah, correct. But if it is somebody like Draupadi, Prahalad Maharaj, Pandavas, they would immediately, Dhruv Maharaj, they would immediately do what he said, right? Yes, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Mhm. Okay, now we will see like what Yudhishthir Maharaj and Narada Muni are talking. We'll see God's astonishing mercy. So, okay, just give me a minute. I thought of adding one thing, but I forgot. But I will tell it to you. 1 minute. Just, oh, where did this go? I'm sorry, just give me a minute, okay? I'm looking for something. Okay. So, when Rajasuya Yagya was happening, okay, when Rajasuya Yagya was happening, you know what happened actually? Krishna is so beautiful that when Krishna entered that Yagya place, everybody was looking at. He's so bright. His Kaustubha that he wears on his chest is just looking like a small tiny light. And suppose you switch on your light, and when it becomes day due to the sunlight, this light is not visible in the morning. Did you notice that? Anytime in the house, it doesn't feel like there is light. If the house is bright and sun is so visible in the morning, so Krishna is so bright. Some kings were talking. Maybe God did not make any other humans after making Krishna. He would have put all his energy in making this Krishna that is so beautiful, so bright. That's what Krishna says in Goloka. There is no sun and moon. From his effulgence, the whole Goloka is illuminated. There's no sun, there's no moon like we have on earth. So now what happens in Rajsuya Yagya? Who was mad at Krishna being like Yudhishthir honoring Krishna? Somebody was very mad. Who was that? Shishupal. Shishupal was very upset that why Krishna has to be honored. Why Krishna has to receive all the honor. He was very upset and he chastises Krishna. And who was Shishupal? What was the curse of Jay and Vijay? Sorry, four Kumaras cursed Jay and Vijay to become demons on the earth planet for how many lifetimes?
3 Mataji?
They came as Satyuga, they came as
Did they come down for 7 lives?
no, not 7 lives. They came as Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, then Ravana, Kumbhakarna, then Shishupal and Dantavakra, then they say Jaga and Madai.
Oh, for the yugas. Like,
Yeah. So now who is the Shishupal actually? Jay and Vijay only. Devotee of the Lord, but four Kumaras cursed. Actually, when Shishupal was born, you know how with how many hands he was born?
4 Mataji?
Was born with 4 hands and how many eyes?
3
eyes. So they were very scared and worried, and then they said, abandon this child. But then a voice from the sky says, don't abandon him. Even if you abandon him, he will still be alive till the slayer of this child will kill him. Then they will ask, okay, how will we know who is the slayer of my child? Then the Akashvani says, whomever your son sees for the first time, no, not for the first time, like whomever he sees, and if the third eye is withdrawn, when he sees at somebody and the third eye is withdrawn, that is the person who is going to kill your son. And if you put your son on the lap of him, his 4 hands will become 2 hands. So that is the person who is going to kill your son. Okay, then everybody came because the kid is born. Everybody started coming and they want to see the kid. Then Krishna Balaram were also thinking about this kid. Then Balaramji will say, the child has been placed in many laps. No, nothing was happening. Then they thought of seeing this kid. So then actually, Shishupal is related to Krishna, Krishna's cousin only. So then the auntie will bring and put in Krishna's lap. And then immediately his eye is gone, his hands are gone. It became so normal and she became so happy. Then it's her auntie, right? So she will say, she will request him, I'm so afraid, I'm so afraid. Will you grant me a boon? You must not refuse. I will try to bring you. Then Krishna will say, I will try to do as best as I can. She will say, promise me that you will pardon for my sake any offense done by this child. Then he will say, for your sake, I will excuse his 100 mistakes. How many mistakes? He said, till 100 mistakes, I will forgive him. After that, I cannot forgive him. Okay, so Krishna said that. And then you know, he became a fine boy. Okay, and then he became a big boy. Then in those days, Rukmi, the prince of Vidarbha, was an admirer of Jarasandha and was often at his court. Okay, so he said, Rukmi, this is Shishupal, my son. Train him to be a good warrior. So Shishupal's father came and brought him to Rukmi. As the years went by, Rukmi and Shishupal became close friends. Rukmi, who is Rukmi? He's a brother of? He's a brother of? Rukmini. Okay. So then Shishupal Rukmi wanted her to get married to Shishupal. Then Shishupal, I mean Rukmi wanted his sister Rukmini to marry Shishupal, but Rukmini didn't want it. She was very devoted to Krishna. She heard about Krishna, I think, from Narada Muni. Ever since she heard, she became very devoted. She wanted to marry him only. Then she writes a letter. Then Krishna comes and takes her away because he has to protect his devotees. He doesn't like his devotees. I mean, sorry, he doesn't want his devotees to get hurt or feel bad, or he wants to do anything. So he will come and take her away because she sends a letter that if he's not coming, she will die. And then Shishupal got so mad, and Rukmi got so mad. They all are mad at Krishna because they think like Krishna took away Rukmini, married her. So
But
they don't.
Mataji, Rukmini wanted this to happen because she didn't want to be married with Shishupal.
That's what. But still, they don't think like that, right? They're mad at Krishna. And Shishupal already don't like Krishna. Rukmi, Shishupal, Jarasandha, they're all against. They're all one team. They're all good friends. Anyways, so Shishupal started offending Krishna so badly. And Krishna spared him for so many times, right? But then now he's counting his mistakes. It's almost close to 100, 98, 99, and 100. And you know what Krishna did? What do you think Krishna did? Krishna put his chakra, and then just Shishupal's head got chopped off and Shishupal is killed. And then Yudhishthira Maharaj sees the soul of coming from Shishupal's body entering Krishna's body. Then he will get so doubt and he will ask Narada Muni. He's so demoniac and he's like not a good devotee of the Lord. King Vena got very much punished, but why Shishupal got liberation? What is that made Shishupal got liberation? I was so astonished and very surprised. Obviously, right? Sometimes you as kids, when somebody gets awards, you keep saying, like my son sometimes say when he plays some match, he says somebody gets the man of the match. He says they didn't even do anything. How come they got the medal? They did not do anything. And really he means that. So like that Yudhishthira Maharaj also, what did he do? Why did he get liberated? He was getting very confused and he talks to Narada Muni. And then now you see how is Krishna partial? He's being nice to demons also. He gave liberation to Shishupal, right? But how? Why? So Krishna's compassion is very surprising to devotees also. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is very surprised. So God is merciful to demigods also and demons also. And if God is giving us gifts also is very good. God is giving punishments also is very good. There are two types what Krishna does. Some in a soft way, some in a hard way. Suppose a devotee wants to is so aggressive, a devotee wants to really come up in devotion immediately, urgently, then no time. So what Krishna does? I was hearing Sachinandan Maharaj's lecture, and then Sachinandan Maharaj actually said that. So what will Krishna do? Krishna might take away all his attachments because he's so much willing to become devotee very quickly. He wants to. So what does Krishna do? Krishna might so what was that? Yeah. So then what were we talking? See, somehow I lost my thoughts. What was I saying about? You're not listening.
Mataji, I think you were talking about like how Narada Muni was telling
Yeah, so I'm saying Yudhishthira Maharaj is very confused and he's God is merciful to even demigods and favors. I was telling about how Sachinandan Swami Maharaj was saying if somebody is very immediately like they want to, they're doing very nicely, they're very much following Krishna conscious, immediately want to become nice devotees, then Krishna has to do something. So he will make all the attachments, like he will maybe they'll become sick, or maybe they lose all their money, like Srila Prabhupada lost all his money. They might become sick. When you become sick, you cannot eat so many things. It's a forceful austerity. You cannot eat so many things. Diabetic people cannot eat sugar. Cancer people cannot eat sugar. Kidney patients cannot eat salt. So many things. When you have health issues, you have to, like, your eating changes a lot. You want to eat something, but you can't eat. I am the example. I want to eat so many things, but I can't eat so many things. But sometimes I get tempted. When I eat, I struggle. So that way he does. That is a little hard way where the devotee suffers. But then sometimes he does softly, like maybe if the devotee is not ready, the devotee is like going in a slow pace, but still wants to reach that goal, then but still have a lot of material desires. Krishna will be still fulfilling the material desires. Like suppose maybe they want to see the whole world, Krishna might make them see whole world, making them go to all the temples, and slowly he will make them get detached. So there's a soft process, there's a harsh process. So sometimes the harsh process look like punishments, but like for example, Indradumna Maharaj, he became Gajendra, he became an elephant. But if he wasn't in like Indradumna Maharaj, what is the guarantee that he would see Krishna face to face in that lifetime? Is there a guarantee? No. He might take some 2 life, 3 life, 5 lives, 10 lives, we don't know. But though he was awarded a elephant body, still it looks like punishment, but still it is in favor of him, because that very life he got to see Lord Krishna face to face. So it looks like punishment, but it is not.
Krishna is
Chitraketu,
giving us more benefit.
yeah, Chitraketu Maharaj, um, pastime. Bharat Maharaj did so much of practice, but then one small mistake, he became a deer. But no, in that deer body also he remembered all his past life. Then he became Jada Bharat. Then he got liberated very fastly. If Krishna wants the devotees to steadfastly grow in bhakti, cut down their lifetimes in reaching back to him, back to Goloka, then he makes some which looks like punishments, but they are not punishments. He's just making our steps to Goloka very fast. If somebody is very sick, some chronic diseases, some die very young age. We see even devotees dying very young age, suffering from chronic problems at a very young age. And they struggle. And devotees die even less than 40. So we feel so sorry, like because we see they're having small kids. It's very painful, but definitely Krishna will make their process to go back to Goloka very fast than all of us who are staying here. So he's not trying to protect the body, he's trying to protect the soul. But we all think on the bodily platform. And this material, do Krishna has a material body? No. We all have material body. That's why we say we like him, we don't like him, enemy, friends. Then somebody praises us, we are happy. Somebody scolds us, we are sad. So we all have all these dualities. But Krishna doesn't. He doesn't take dualities. He doesn't care for praises. He doesn't care for offenses. He doesn't need anybody actually. But still, if you see Ajamilas, Krishna is like that kind of teacher. You know, when I was in school, we used to have one teacher called as Esudaya teacher. She is a social teacher. She's so kind. Sometimes when the student is just 1 mark less from an A plus, or she would give. She's not very strict, 1 or 2 points. And kids used to run behind her. Can you please adjust my grade? Can you please adjust my grade? And I hear even here, I have one of my friend whose kid is in high school. She said her daughter just lost a half point to be in A grade. So she wrote a mail to the teacher requesting if she can add that half point so that she can go to an A grade. So sometimes some teachers are liberal, right? So Krishna is also like that liberal teacher. He gives us here 1 point, there 1 point, and somehow makes us pass. Like Ajamila, when he was calling his son Narayana, is he calling his son or is he calling the real Krishna? No. You know the answer is calling his son. But then, even if Yamadudas would say he's not calling you, but Krishna wants to adjust the points. It's okay, it's okay. Maybe he's calling me. It's okay, it's okay. Just go, just go. So Krishna is so soft. He always wants to help everybody. If he liberated Shishupal, what to talk about who really loves him? So basically, what is happening is Shishupal always an absorption of Krishna. He's very envious. only missed. Okay, so criticism. Shishupal, if you see here, one more slide I'll show you. All these attain Krishna. How the gopis attain Krishna? By showing love. How did Kamsa attain Krishna? By showing fear. How did Shishupal attain Krishna? By showing envy. How did Yadus attain Krishna? By having a family relation. How did Pandavas reach Krishna? By showing a lot of affection. In whatever way, they're always in thoughts of Krishna. Whether in a negative way or in a positive way, they're still thinking about Krishna. Like your kids, you can think so many things. If you're scared of your teacher, you can think Krishna. If you're scared of your test, you can think of Krishna. If you're eating your prasadam in your, I see the school lunchrooms are horrible. It smells horrible. So much of non-vegetarian smell and so much of meat is cooked in the cafeterias. You can think about Krishna. You can pray to Krishna. So whole day, some or the other way, you can think. Like whenever I'm going to a hospital, whenever I have laboratory tests, lab tests, every time I'm like, Krishna, Krishna, please help me. Krishna, Krishna, please help me. So some or the other way, you can keep thinking about Krishna. So if you're absorbed in his thoughts, whether in a good way or a bad way, of course, if you are thinking about him in a good way, it's a different kind of liberation. It's a different theory. It's a different principle again. If not, still you're liberated, but you will not get as much benefits as the devotees get. But in whatever way, if there is no absorption, you will definitely go to hell. See, Krishna, Bali Maharaj, Vritrasura, they're all demons. But still, what did Krishna do? If in Bhagavatam, if you see, there are chapters titled on their names. So he's still giving them priority, right? Just give me a minute. So now Bali Maharaj and Vrittasura, there are chapters on his name. So even devotees are getting the priority, right? Demons, sorry, not just devotees. So Krishna is not partial, definitely. The extension from yesterday. Now, if you see, somehow or the other, if you are concentrating our mind on Krishna, then we will reach him. Okay. Now, I asked you also a question, right? What am I saying? So, somehow or the other, if you're absorbed in Krishna, then he will just love you, he will give you so many benefits. Like, I'll tell you a story about Narsi Mehta. Okay. I think I discussed this. No, just so Narsi Mehta, a Gujarati story. Okay. So there is this Gujarati called Narsi Mehta. Okay. So it's a beautiful story. Very beautiful story. So this Narsi Mehta is very poor. Very, very poor. They struggle so much to eat their own food, but he's very devoted. He's sing nice bhajans. He's very devoted. So one time what happens, there's a Shraddha ceremony of the parents, and parents and ancestors that they do every year. So his brother is very rich. So every year his brother does the Shraddha ceremony of his father because he had a lot of money and they don't have any money. They also attend. But the brother always tries to put them down. And he always talks so many things and so much ill about them, hurt them with the words. Okay. So he talks all. So then one time his brother comes and talks so much bad things and hurt them a lot. So this time his wife will tell, okay, we will do the Shraddha ceremony of your father. So you do in your house in a rich way because you're rich. You do in your house in a rich way. And we will do in our house. Maybe we'll call 4 or 5 people and we will do it in our house. So she will tell like that. Then the brother leaves. So now Narsi Mehta will ask, we don't have any money. How will we even do? Why did you say that? Then she says, it's okay, don't worry. I have a toe ring, golden toe ring, which I have kept it from many days, just in case of an emergency. I thought I will give it to you. So she said, I am giving this to you. You sell it and use all the money to um, uh, to buy all the ingredients necessary for doing the Shraddha ceremony. I think with this story we will end. Then he will do the Shraddha ceremony. He will go, he will buy all the dal, rice, atta, all the vegetables, everything. And all the money is over. So he will come home, he will give his wife the ingredients, and the wife will say, where is the ghee? We have to cook the Shraddha things in ghee. Then he'll say, no, all the money is over. So he will say, okay, you go to the shop, you take in debt. Okay. So he will say, what's that? So he will say, you take debt in the ghee shop. You go, you take debt, you will say, we will pay it back later. And he'll say, get the ghee. So he will go. Now he will hold the can to get the ghee and he will go to all the shops. Okay. Then he will keep going. On the way, he will see a Purohit. So he will tell the Purohit, can you please come to my house? Today, we are doing Shraddha ceremony of my father. Then the Purohit gets surprised. Narsi Mehta is doing Shraddha ceremony. He is very poor. And then he laughs so much and he calls everybody, take my phone. And he will call everybody around and record. And he will tell, he will be laughing like Narsi Mehta is feeding prasadam, and he will say, even if he can feed prasadam, that fits on one tulsi leaf to all of us. See how embarrassing and how much they're making fun of him. So the Purohit will say, even if he feeds one tulsi leaf, like that food that fits on one tulsi leaf to all of us, it's a big thing. Then Narsi Mehta is very sad. Everybody laughed, and then he goes to a ghee shop. He tries to buy ghee. Then the person gives ghee, and when he says, I don't have money, I will pay you back later, this ghee person will immediately take it back and he will tell lie. He will say, some lizards fell in this. I think I cannot give you this ghee. Like the 3, 4 ghee shops, they rejected. They did not give him ghee without money. Now he's very sad because it's time now. He has to go. His wife is waiting to cook prasadam. Oh, sorry. So what will happen is, um, then he goes to another shop. This shop is very nice. He gave. And he said, it's okay. Don't even have to pay for me because this is for your father's Shraddha ceremony. That is fine. But he says, I don't want to take anything for free. I want to do something for you. So he says, I am a devotee. I like you do a lot of bhajans. Can you please sing one bhajan for me? And then Narsi Mata started singing one nice song. It has a lot of meaning, discussing about all Krishna Leela, all the pastimes about Krishna, gopis. Then it is like he gets engrossed, he gets involved, and he keeps singing, 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 and no ghee. It's time. Now his wife getting panic. So she goes to Damodar in his home, the deity that they have, and she will say, my dear Damodar, please do something. It is time. Please, you help me. Then you know what happens? Krishna, with all the entourage, with all the demigods, Krishna himself personally disguises as Narsi Mehta and he will come. So he'll be asking the people around, where is Narsi Mehta's house? Then they will think, Narsi Mehta? Why are they asking Narsi Mehta's house? Then they will show they'll go. Then when she goes, like he goes like Narsi Mehta, right? So he gives the ghee, then they start cooking. Then she will start saying, oh, you're coming so late, this, that. Then they cook. Then he will say, call everybody, call all the 700 people in the village. Then she'll be surprised. So all the people are invited and they all will think, he's so poor. Why is he calling all of us? Then they all will come. Then one he will look at one lady and ask, why did you wear such a old sari? Why are you wearing so old sari? Why didn't you come in a new sari? They all thought he's poor. So they came in a regular old saris. They didn't wear nice rich dresses. So they will say, oh, we will come, we will come. We'll go home and we'll change dress. Then Narsi Mehta will say, don't have to go. We have a stock of new clothes. You can take new clothes. Then his wife is thinking, new clothes? Where do we have new clothes? We don't have any new clothes. Where should I bring the new clothes? Then she will just casually say, oh, new clothes. Let me look in the closet. And when she opens the closet, she sees so many silk saris. And then he gives the silk sari, the blouse also. And then this lady wears, and she go and tell in the whole neighborhood that they're giving saris. Then everybody will come. Everybody is gifted a silk sari. Then everybody gets so surprised how Narsi Mehta did all these things. Then they all will come for eating. And the aroma is like so much aroma. Imagine Krishna himself cooking. All the demigods came and they're all cooking. So it's a big thing, right? So then everybody is like so surprised. Then everybody eats on a golden plate, in a golden chair, golden plate. Then they all surprised and they say, today's world is very bad. People might steal your money. Just keep all these things safe. Then Krishna, who is disguised as Narsi Mehta, will say, no, you all ate in that golden plate. You sat in that chair. You can take it. You can take it. They all are opening their mouths wide open. He is gifting us saris and golden plates. How is he bringing all this money? They all got so surprised. They all left the place. Wife is so surprised. She's not understanding what is happening. Then now Krishna, who is discussed in Narsi Mehta, he will say, I will just go take a bath and I'll come back. Those days they go to nearby kunds to take bath, right? So he'll go back. Then what happens? Real Narsi Mehta will come now. No, actually, Krishna goes to a Purohit also. Purohit is needed to read the mantras, right? So Krishna goes to the Purohit, and Purohit will see Narsi Mehta coming. Krishna goes as Narsi Mehta. Please, can you come and do the my father's Shraddha ceremony? He says, no, I will go to your brother's house. He will reject. But then he will say, I am your master, you are my servant, I am asking you, why don't you do it? But he says, you are my master. No, actually, he's his master. No, it's Krishna, but he didn't realize. And actually, Krishna disguised as Narsi Mehta asked him to write a letter. Write a letter saying that I am not your master. So he writes a letter also and gives him. And when Krishna is going down, he sees a farmer who is actually a Brahmana but a very good devotee. So Krishna asked him, are you a Brahmana? Can you do my father's Shraddha ceremony? And he says, no, I don't know anything. I don't remember anything. But Krishna says, no, you can remember. You just come. So the Brahmana came, and once he started reciting one mantra, all the mantras he will remember. Krishna will give him that remembrance. So all the ceremony is done. Krishna went to take bath. Now the real Narsi Mehta came. And wife is like confused. Everything is done. Why are you coming now? You already ate. You said you are full. You went to take bath. Then they slowly understand it is none other than Krishna. Then Narsi Mehta starts singing, saying, Krishna, you will not give your darshan to me. What pap did I do? Then Krishna comes with all his demigods. He gives him darshan, and they all eat prasadam together. So Krishna doesn't look for our money. Just if you're absorbed in his thoughts, in whichever way we can, not negative, definitely. We want to think of him in a positive way. He will do everything for us. But we don't trust him. Somebody was saying, right? We don't trust him, including me. I get scared. I don't have that complete faith on Krishna. I also sometimes doubt. Though I know, then after some time I'll be thinking, no, 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 Krishna will help. Krishna will help. But for a fraction of second, I will think, will Krishna really help? Will Krishna really help? Like that, I'll be thinking. I'll get scared because I have a lot of health issues, right? Sometimes I get scared. So that's one story. How if we are absorbed in Krishna, we don't fall down because we are very satisfied. We don't fall down. We don't need anything. We see in our devotees so many rich people, big doctors earning a lot of money. Very simple. They're very satisfied with Krishna consciousness. They're not satisfied by wearing good dress, wearing nice things, going in big car, buying a good phone. They're not satisfied with all this. So that's one story. And actually, there's one more story in Jagannath Puri. There used to be one Panda, they used to call him Gita Panda because he always recites Gita only, but he's very poor. One time, lot of rains came. He was not able to go out, do madhukari. He was not able to get money home, not feed his family. So his wife gets so upset and she strikes off the shloka in Gita. I think it's Ananya's Chintayantoma. No, God is not there. He doesn't help. Why you're too much thinking? He strikes off. And then when this person goes to take bath, Gita Panda, two boys will come, one black and one white. And they will say, we are your husband's disciples. We want to give all these groceries to you. Then lot of groceries. His wife make prasadam. Husband gets confused. How did you get all these things? Then the wife says your disciples gave. He doesn't know who the disciples are. Then he will slowly understand, because when she said one black, one white, he will slowly understand it is none other than Krishna and Balaram. And actually she will ask, I will cook prasadam and give you, why don't you eat? But then they say, no, 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 I don't want to eat. We got little bit beatings from your husband because we didn't listen to his thing properly. Then she will get mad. How come he punished you, your little children? You know what is that beating? That scratches. They have those scratches on their back. Then she will ask, why did you punish them? They look like nice boys. He will say, what did I punish? And then they run to Jagannath Puri temple. And even Jagannath has scratches like on his face. So, like that, Krishna reciprocates if we really love him. He's not partial, he's equal to anybody, everybody, like he did to Sishibal. But of course, more reciprocation will be there, right? So, I think it's already 7:30. What's the time? Yeah, it's 7:30. I hope you like the stories, and I hope you will keep trying to think about Krishna even in your school, in whichever way we can. And then I will see you again in 2 weeks. After that, I think we'll get a break. Summer break. You'll have a summer camp. Okay? I hope you like the stories. You tell the stories to your parents also or your siblings. You share with them. Okay? They will also like Narsi Mehta story, Gita Panda story, that Ayodhya lazy man story. Okay?
Yes,
Thank you all.
Mati.
Thank you all so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha
Vaishnavi
kripa
Pashinabhaya Vajapatitana Pavanebhya Vaishnavebhya Namo Namo Nandakoti
Koti
Vaishnavindra
Vaishnavindra ki
Prabhupada
jai.
Ki Mataji Ki Jai, all the devotees Ki Jai. Hare
All
Krishna,
the
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Good night. Danvat pranam.
Do it now.